Hello, beauties. How's it going? How are you feeling? How is your day? I hope that it's been awesome. Mine has been pretty good. It's finally warming up here in Michigan, and I am really excited to be able to get out of the house, get a little less quarantine time in. Y'all, I am absolutely over being stuck in the house. I really am. At first, the first couple weeks, it was cool. I was like, oh, we have all this new family time. This is fantastic. I get to spend more time with my family. And that's still the case. However, a girl need a break. I've been seeing these people every day of my life for the past 2 months with no breaks in between. I'm like, okay, we need some space. All right. So while I love my family so much, I am ready to peace out all these fools. Because I need a break. Are y'all tired of being in the house? Oh my goodness. Michigan is one of the most locked down states right now. So we are way more tight. They got a tighter hold on us than some other states. Some other states have opened up. And I get it. Because your girl will not be going on any vacations. At least till 2021. I will not be around any large groups of people for a long time. We host a lot of parties at my house. Ain't nobody coming over. None of that. So I get it. However, I'm ready to get out the house. And I'm very happy that today was so nice and I was able to get out the house. Hello, y'all. Thank you for the love on my bun and my hair. By the way, if you recall last week, I wore my hair in a bun as well. And a lot of you asked me, how do you get your buns? How do you get your top knot to look so great? And then how do you get your edges to lay? So I actually made a tutorial for you guys. And I will send it out through email probably Friday. So that's tomorrow. So check your emails. I will have a tutorial for you on exactly how to do that and how to do the top knot. Girl, y'all, it takes me all of 5 minutes to do this. It's the laziest, best. I've been wearing this bun quite a lot during this quarantine and it's been great, and I've made a tutorial for you guys, so I'll send it out through email. Make sure you're on our email list so that you can get that. Hey y'all, don't forget to share this live so we can share the love with everybody. We're gonna talk about today why washing your hair with conditioner, aka co-washing, is effing up your hair, but you think you're doing something good, but you're not. And so we're gonna talk about that. So share this live, because a lot of y'all on here, and some of y'all sisters and friends and cousins and aunties and homegirls and co-workers, they be washing their hair, co-washing their hair, and they think they're doing something good, and they're actually not. And so we're going to talk about that today, dispel all those myths. We talked about this before, but it's been a long time since we covered it, and I know we have a lot of new people in the group, so we want to make sure that everybody is getting this good information. We got Danita here with us tonight. Thank you so much for joining, Danita. Hello, everyone. So excited to see you, and thank you for the love on my news spot that aired recently. I appreciate the love from y'all for sure. We are very excited that we are able to give back during this time of COVID-19. For those who don't know, Naturalicious is gifting a deluxe travel kit full of all of our best products to first responders. So for every order over $75, we will donate a deluxe travel kit to a first responder in your name. So you will literally be donating this to that person. And we are super excited and thrilled to be able to do that. A lot of companies have been folding and had to go out of business, and we're very lucky and blessed and to be able to stay here. And we want to do all that we can to help during this time. So thank you for the love, and tomorrow is actually the last day for that. So don't forget, if you have not made your purchase, make sure that you do, so that you can so that you will by default be donating to a first responder who is literally risking their lives to save all of us. All right, so appreciate y'all. Thank you for sharing. Make sure you continue to share all through the live. We want as many people up in this thing as we can. All right, so Erica says, does getting a gift card over $75 count? I don't know if I need more products right now. Something you can do, Erica, gift cards won't count because gift cards actually don't, gift cards aren't redeemed until the person uses it. And so sometimes people buy gift cards and they just sit there for literally months. Sometimes they never use it. Sometimes it's there for years. But what you could do, Erica, is if you wanted to participate and help someone, we've had people say the same thing as you said. They have actually made the purchase and then sent it to someone else. So, or that you can email us and say, hey, don't send it to me, send this directly to a first responder. So we've had some people do that too. So if you like to do that, we can certainly do that for you. All right. Okay. So for those of you who are new, say hello. Let us know you're a newbie. No shame in your game. If you're a newbie, it's all good. We want to welcome you into our community, into our sisterhood. If you're OG, please let these people know who you are. Let them know where you repping and what sets you from. Atlanta, Philly, DC, Detroit, Cleveland, wherever. Let them know where you from, where you be. You know, we love to shout out where we from, Black folks. So let's get it going. All right. So shout out where you're from. And if you're not Black and you here, it's all good. Shout out where you from too. All right. So those of you who are brand new, let me introduce myself. My name is Gwen Jameer. I'm the CEO of Naturalicious. We make time-saving beauty solutions for busy women just like you. Every single one of our products is multitasking and multi-benefit, and we create products that allow you to spend more time living your best life and less time preparing for it. So to date, we have saved over 70,000 women over 1.2 million minutes on wash day, which is insane to think that we've had such a great impact on so many people. I don't know if you guys have a chance to see the Arkisha, who is the winner of our Repair Your Hair Challenge. We had so many amazing before and afters, y'all. It took us like a whole extra week just to select the winner. Like, we were supposed to select it on the 13th of May. We didn't even do it until yesterday because we just could not select one person, but we had to narrow it down. And Arkisha's before and after is crazy. Did you guys see it? Like 15 days of her going from like dryness, stiffness in her hair, just like not really having much curl definition, to like that slaying twist out that she had where it was like super soft looking. It just looked like a pillow, like you just want to touch it. All that in 15 days. Amazing. And that was not, she was not like the only one. She was the winner of the $1,000, but she was absolutely not the only one. And I know there's some people who are on this thread and watching who were a part of that and submitted their photos as well. So I'll be sharing their photos with you as well because they are incredible. So proud of all of them. All right, so let's get started on the topic for tonight. So make sure that you're sharing this live. If you haven't, share, and share some more. If you already shared, share again. All right, here we go. Topic for this evening: why co-washing is effing up your hair. Now, I got this topic from a conversation that was happening in the Naturalicious Nation. If you're not a part of the Naturalicious Nation, what are you doing with your life? Go join the Naturalicious Nation where it all goes down. All the best stuff. Hey, Siobhan, how are you? How are you feeling? I know you've been in the hospital, girl. My thoughts and prayers are always with you, so I hope you're doing well. If you are someone who has been co-washing your hair, let me explain what that is. First of all, when it comes to natural hair, a lot of times we are just doing stuff because it sounds good, or someone we know talked about it, or we heard it on a blog, or we've heard it a lot. Kind of like the rice water thing, right? It's like everybody's into rice water right now. They don't know why. They don't know what properties of the rice are supposed to help your hair grow, if at all. They just pouring rice on their hair, you know? And it's just like, there's no rhyme or reason. It's just like, what you think about rice water? And then everyone's like, oh, yeah, I heard it was good. And so next thing you know, you got all these people pouring rice water on their hair, but they don't even know why they're doing it. It's just you heard enough people talk about it that you decide to do it. Fair enough, right? Makes sense. So when it comes to co-washing is one of those things, right? Co-washing has been the term co-washing. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of a history lesson, okay? Because y'all know my OGs know that I like to tell you the why of things, because when you understand why you're doing stuff, it makes more sense. 2, you retain it better, and 3, you have more control over how your hair turns out, right? Because a lot of times we're just trying product after product after product after product. Hey, Kira, and we don't know why we're trying these things. Hey, Nicole, we're just buying products because someone recommended it, or you saw it on the shelf, or maybe you saw an ad for it, or what have you, but you don't know why you're doing any of this stuff, right? Okay, so when it comes to co-washing literally stands for washing with conditioner. And what's interesting is that a lot of people don't know that, right? They just know that they're co-washing because they heard the term co-washing. They're like, oh yeah, I'm co-washing. I'm doing something good for my hair. Let me tell you what co-washing is. Co-washing is literally washing your hair with conditioner. The co stands for conditioner. is not like co as in terms of like you're doing something in conjunction with someone else. That's what a lot of people think it is. They think it's like, oh, well, if I'm co-washing, that means I'm like washing with cleanser and conditioner. No, that's not what co-washing means. Co-washing means washing with conditioner, and the co is conditioner. That's it. All right. Why did people start doing this in the first place? Because a lot of times, here's what's interesting is that on the thread that was taking place in the Naturalicious Nation, someone asked about it. And we are an inclusive community, right? So I do not allow any bashing. I don't allow any judging. I don't allow any of that. If you come into our community and you don't know something, we are here for you, right? So we're here to educate you so that you can be smarter, make smarter choices about your hair and your beauty, period, right? So someone mentioned something about, I think they mentioned something about washing their hair with conditioner, or someone was, either they were doing it or someone else was doing it that they knew. And then someone else on the thread mentioned, he's like, why would someone wash their hair with conditioner? That doesn't make any sense. What I like to do is co-wash. And so I chimed in like, wait a minute, pump the brakes, hold on. Washing with conditioner is co-washing. So I was like, you know what, this is going to be the topic for this week because I need to make sure all my sisters know what's going on, okay? So again, we're on the same page. Washing with conditioner is co-washing. Now, why did we start doing this in the first place? Okay, so once upon a time, let's say about 10 years ago or so, this is what I call the beginning of the new natural hair wave. Now, we've had a number of natural hair waves in history, right? We had them before relaxers were even a thing, before press and curls were even a thing, way long ago. And then we had like the 70s where it was like Black Power and, you know, love yourself as you are. And we were walking around with like the big kind of like circular afros that looked amazing. And then that was 70s and the 80s, women started moving more toward relaxers. Black women were starting to get more into the workforce and we had to assimilate, right? We had to assimilate to get jobs. And so we started doing that and we started relaxing our hair. Late 90s, we kind of went through a phase, but not really. It really wasn't until like the 2010s, 2007s, 10s, somewhere up in there, that like this newest like big natural hair wave started happening again. Now we see that a lot of traditional relaxer companies have actually tanked or pivoted to start selling natural hair products because ain't nobody really buying relaxers like that no more, okay? So back in the day, so let's say about 10 years ago, so let's say about 2010, this is around the time when people started talking about co-washing. If you can remember, it was only 10 years ago, but a lot has happened in 10 years. At that time, Carol's Daughter was really the only brand that had a big name, right? There were other ones little like here and there, but nobody was really popping, right? Like 2008 to 2010, right? Carol's Daughter had a name because Jada Pinkett Smith and Mary J. Blige was advertising for it. They had invested in it. Jay-Z had invested. Will Smith had invested. So Carol's Daughter started to get a bigger name. Those of us who were kind of had our ear to the street, we already knew about Carol's Daughter, but really, honestly, the only place you could really get it was Brooklyn. If you ain't live in Brooklyn, you was just out of luck. Or you had to try to get it from somewhere like in the hood or something like that and try to find the product somehow, right? There was also Shea Moisture. Now, Shea Moisture was not the Shea Moisture we know nowadays. Shea Moisture back then, I remember getting a bottle of Shea Moisture, and I had to get it from the World African Festival. That's the only place you could get it, at places like that. Like these like little African festivals kind of things. It did not look like it looks now. It was very plain, came in like a plain plastic bottle with like this like bootleg label on it. Shea Moisture has done leaps and bounds since then. So a lot has happened in the 10 years. But back in those days, you couldn't just go to a store and find any hair product that you wanted. Nowadays, you can go to Rite Aid, Target, Walmart, Ulta, Sally Beauty, Neiman Marcus, whatever, and find natural hair products. But back in those days, there was a very small black hair section to begin with. Y'all remember going to like Walmart and they had like that little tiny black hair section. You knew exactly where to go because that's where the Afro Sheen was and the Carefree Curl and the Blue Magic and Dax and all that kind of stuff. All that was in, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? All that was in that little bitty like black hair section at the store. Hey, Erica, no problem. I'm glad you're here with us, right? But fast forward some time, and obviously we have aisles and aisles and aisles of products dedicated to us. Now, we've covered the history lesson, right? So back in those days when all we had was that little bitty black hair section, and you could not find even natural hair products. Yeah, Marshalls too. You couldn't find the natural hair products, because then they were still heavily selling relaxers, right? You couldn't get natural hair products. People started realizing, like black women with textured hair started realizing that sulfates, which is an ingredient found in natural quote unquote shampoos, were actually stripping our hair of its natural oils. We started to get very, very savvy and smart about ingredients. A lot of people don't know this, but statistically, women of color in America are the most educated about ingredients when it comes to their hair, because we had to be, right? We started to realize that products that were targeted to us were not necessarily made for us. Y'all feeling me? So just because somebody runs an ad and targets you does not mean that that product is actually designed to benefit you. So we started realizing that products that were targeted to us were actually not made for our hair at all. We see that a lot when we talk about like babies and how Johnson & Johnson shampoo, it like just completely messes up little black baby's hair because it ain't made for us, but it's targeted to us. All right. So they started realizing that sulfates were messing up their hair. It was stripping their hair of the natural oils that we needed in order for our hair to thrive and not break and grow and all that kind of stuff. Pause. By the way, if you haven't shared this live, please make sure that you share it. We want to make sure everybody get all this information, okay? All right. Yes, they tried to take us out. Exactly, Erica. They was trying to take us out, girl. So we said, black women were like, and I'm saying we collectively, we were like, okay, you know what? We gonna beat the system. We are not going to wash our hair with these shampoos that are stripping our hair of its natural oils, which we so desperately need because we don't have much to begin with, right? We are going to wash our hair with conditioner, right? That's what they started doing. They started washing their hair with, now, me personally, I wasn't doing that, but they started washing their hair with conditioner as a workaround to avoid washing their hair with sulfates. The thought behind this was that, okay, products that have sulfates are stripping our hair of its oils, and we need those oils for moisture so our hair doesn't break and so it can thrive and grow, right? On the other hand, conditioners were designed to smooth that hair follicle down, make it feel smooth and silky again, right? So they said, okay, in their thought, okay, because they weren't cosmetic chemists, so they're just trying to do the best that they can with what they had to work with at the time. So they started taking conditioner and washing their hair with it. Problem with that is, as Erica just mentioned, your hair still ain't clean. The point of a shampoo is to cleanse your hair and actually to cleanse your scalp, firstly, and secondly is to cleanse your hair. But your goal, actually, when you're washing your hair, is to cleanse your scalp, because your hair cannot grow like it should from a clogged scalp. Let me know if y'all are following me. If you're following me, give me a thumbs up emoji. Okay. All right. So conditioner was being used at the time to cleanse your hair because there were no other options. That's why co-washing came into place, in the first place. That's it. Not because they wanted to wash their hair with conditioner, not because they thought it was a better idea, not because it was, even anything that someone had necessarily told them. It was just like, this is what I have to work with, so we're going to do the best with what we have. This is in the days when there wasn't a whole lot of products available for us. Because then nobody had money to be flying all the way to Brooklyn to get Carol's daughter, because it's the only place you could get it at the time, right? Fast forward to now. Things have changed dramatically. We got aisles and aisles and aisles and aisles of products available to us. Brands galore. Somebody right now, this second, I guarantee you, is creating a natural hair brand. And they about to put it on Instagram. I guarantee it. It's such a saturated market right now, which it wasn't the case just 10 years ago. So this industry has grown by leaps and bounds it was relatively a very short period of time. Okay. All right. I love all the thumbs up. Keep them coming if you're following what I'm saying. All right. Now, we are now at a point where we're not relegated to do what we have to do to get by. There are tons and tons of products around. And even more so, there are products that most shampoos nowadays don't even have sulfates that are targeted to African Americans. African American women. Now some do, but a lot of them don't. Most of them don't. So really there's no reason anymore for us to be co-washing or washing with conditioner, because we have products that are designed to keep our hair from being stripped of its natural oils. Obviously, Naturalicious is one of them. We have our Moroccan Rasul 5-in-1 clay treatment. No sulfates, doesn't set up, not gonna have any stripped hair, right? But that thought process of still washing our hair with conditioner has remained for some reason. Like, it hasn't gone away. And so here's the thing, and I say this as someone who has a marketing background. Prior to starting Naturalicious, I was the global director of marketing for Ford Motor Company. So I'm very innately aware of like a lot of stuff and like little sneaky stuff that brands do to, you know, get people to purchase something. All right. Now a lot of companies will use the word co-wash because it's a term that is familiar to the community, right? So savvy marketers have heard their target audience, you and I, right? They've heard us talk about co-washing. So they're like, oh, ding dong, light bulb. If they're saying the term co-washing, we're going to put co-washing on our packaging so that it's something they're familiar with. Because we are more likely to purchase something as human beings. We're more likely to purchase something that we have familiarity with. So if you see the term co-wash, it's like, oh, well, I know about co-washing because X, Y, and Z blogger talks about it, and I've seen my cousin talk about it, and I've seen it on this blog, and I see it everywhere. So co-washing must be the way to go. I don't know why I'm co-washing. I'm just going to co-wash because it's what I'm supposed to do, right? And so that's what a lot of us are doing. So we're just co-washing because that term looks familiar. So nowadays, you'll see brands will actually write the word co-wash on their packaging, right? But a lot of times, it's just conditioner. Not always, but a lot of times it is. Now, on that same thread in the Naturalicious Nation, someone else chimed in and she said, well, most conditioners have some cleansing properties. That's not true. Most conditioners don't have cleansing properties. Some have cleansing properties, and those are called cleanser conditioners, and they will very clearly state that on the label. It'll say this is a cleanser and a conditioner. Naturalicious is one of them, right? Our Moroccan Rasul 5-in-1 clay treatment is a shampoo, a conditioner, a deep conditioner, a detangler, and it does the work of a leave-in conditioner. It is a cleanser and a conditioner, but not all. Most are not. Most conditioners are just conditioners. Now that we have the history lesson, we understand why we were co-washing in the first place and why we don't need to co-wash now. Let's talk about what conditioner does. All right. Conditioner, let's talk about what shampoo does. Shampoos, whether or not, for better or for worse, some of them have these, ingredients in them that are called sulfates. Sulfates will strip your hair of its natural oils. This is what it does for most types of sulfates. We could get into the whole chemistry lesson of all the different types of sulfates. We're not going to do that right now. But most sulfates that are found in hair care products are stripping your hair of its natural oils. The analogy I always provide is think about Tide laundry detergent or Dawn dish liquid. The same sort of ingredients that are in Tide are the same source of ingredients that are in these products that have sulfates, right? So an exercise that I tend to do when I do this class live is I have two people come up and I have a bottle of Dawn dish liquid and I have a bottle of a leading hair care brand that's targeted to us but not really made for us. And I asked the one person to read the first two ingredients on the Dawn dish liquid, and she will say water and sodium lauryl sulfate. And then I asked the second person, tell me the first two ingredients on the shampoo, and she'll say water and sodium lauryl sulfate. Now, here's the thing. If you know anything about ingredients, what's at the top of the list is what's most prevalent in that product, and what's at the bottom of the list is what is least prevalent in that product. So it's listed from most to least in terms of ingredients. So if these two vastly different products, which are supposed to be used for two totally different things, one's for washing dishes or clothes if you're using Tide, and one is supposed to be for your hair, but they have the same two ingredients. Essentially, they're made out of the same thing. So when you wash your hair with sulfates, you are essentially washing your hair with detergent. So what I tell people is that if you wouldn't wash your hair with Tide laundry detergent, girl, I'm going to need you not to wash your hair with sulfates. Period. With a T at the end. Okay? Do not wash your hair with sulfates because it is stripping. But that's something that we had learned as a community back in, the early, the 2010s, right? So we knew this part. Now, here's the thing. Conditioner, now think about when you wash your hair sometimes. Sometimes you wash your hair and your hair feels a little bit rough, right? A lot of times it's because you're washing with sulfates, because sulfates strip your hair of its natural oils. It literally removes all the oils from your hair. Our hair, if you are someone who has naturally textured hair, which is, I'm assuming, almost everybody on this live, if you are someone like that, your hair doesn't have the ability for the sebum that our hair naturally secretes to get all the way to the end. Let's have another quick lesson, okay? Everyone secretes something called sebum. I have sebum right now. You can see it's a little bit oily right here because I have oily skin in this area of my face. These little beads of oil, that's called sebum. If you've seen anyone with it or if you have it, that's called sebum. Our skin's natural, it's our skin's natural, what's the word I'm looking for? Moisturizer, okay? Our scalps also secrete the exact same thing. Right? Because our scalp is an extension of our hair. Hey, Calvin. Our scalp is an extension of our skin, right? So when your scalp secretes the sebum that it does every single day, and it starts to travel down your hair shaft, what happens is that your curl texture is very curly. And the more kinky or textured or coarse your hair is, the less, the smaller, the less likely the ability for that sebum to travel down to the end. So if you ever, let's say, just are wearing your hair and your hair feels stiff at the ends, but maybe not at the roots, that's why. Because the natural moisturizer that our skin secretes, it dries up before it gets to the ends because our hair is so curly and coily and kinky that it can't get all the way to the ends. However, people who have naturally straight hair have the opposite problem. So people who are think about people who are Asian, they have bone straight hair oftentimes, right? They often complain about their hair being too oily because the sebum is secreting and is actually getting to the ends, it's traveling all the way down the ends of their hair and not drying up. So they complain that their hair is too oily, so they're trying to remove oil. Whereas those of us who are on here, we're trying to add more oil or add more moisture because the hair, the sebum that those people complain about, for us, is traveling down and it doesn't slide straight down because our hair isn't straight like that. It's curly, it's coily, it's kinky, and that sebum has a whole lot of work to do before it gets to the end. So it dries up before it gets to the ends. This is why we have to add more moisture to our hair in order to prevent it from being dry, brittle, breaking, shedding, some forms of shedding, all that kind of stuff. Okay? So again, when you're washing your hair with a product that has sulfates in it, you're stripping that little bit of oil and moisture that your skin naturally secretes in the first place. So what do? You use a conditioner. And the conditioner makes that hair smooth and silky again. Here's the thing. Conditioner is not designed to wash your hair. Conditioner is designed to literally condition your hair. That's it. It's not designed to moisturize. It's not designed to pay your bills. It's not designed to do nothing except for condition. And when I say that, it smooths the hair follicle down. It helps the light, it helps reflect light so your hair is shiny. That's all it does. It doesn't go inside. Most conditioners do not go inside your hair to moisturize it from the inside out. That's what a moisturizer does. And we're not going to talk about moisturizers today because that's going to be a whole other long class that we can have. And we will do that again one day. But today we're just talking about conditioners. Conditioners just work on the outside of your hair. Same thing with the leave-in conditioner. So a lot of times when y'all are using leave-in conditioners as a moisturizer and you're like, I'm using all this leave-in conditioner, why is my hair still dry? Because it's not designed to moisturize. That's not what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to condition, and that's it. That's all it's supposed to do. It's supposed to smooth the hair follicle down, help it reflect light, keep it from being rough. That's it. Not wash, not cleanse, none of that. So nowadays when we're co-washing and we're using conditioner to wash our hair, think about conditioner similar to lotion, okay? So when you take a shower, if you're like me, and you take a shower, if you don't put no lotion on, you're going to be rough and ashy if you don't hook your body up with some lotion. That's just me. I don't know about you, but me personally, I'm going to be real ashy, and I'm not afraid to say that. So I put lotion on, which smooths my skin, right? Keeps it from being rough, gets the ash away, all that kind of stuff. When you wash your hair and you rough it up with the shampoo or whatever you're using, and then you put the conditioner on, it's smoothing it down. It's making it nice. It's literally like lotion for your hair. And this is not a bad thing. I'm not saying conditioner is bad. Conditioner's not bad at all. The problem is a lot of people are using it for the wrong reasons. And they're expecting results that it's not designed to do. It's not supposed to wash your hair or cleanse your hair. So if you're washing your hair with conditioner, you're like, why is my hair so dry? Why is my hair not really growing at the rate that it should? Remember, every single person's hair, it grows on average 1/2 inch per month. So it doesn't matter unless you have a scalp condition like alopecia or something like that, your hair is always growing. The problem is that a lot of times your hair is breaking as fast as it's growing, or it's not growing at the rate that it should because you've got a clogged scalp. Hair cannot grow at the rate that it should when your scalp is clogged. Your scalp has pores. It can't grow from a clogged scalp. So if you're washing your hair with conditioner, exactly just like someone said earlier, it just sounds like a lot of buildup. It's just piling on your hair. That's really what's happening. You're basically just piling more and more buildup onto your hair if you are not actually washing this stuff out. All right? So conditioner is effing up your hair, or co-washing is effing up your hair if you're washing your hair with a conditioner, because it's not designed to do that. So what I need for you guys to promise me is that you're going to stop doing this if you're doing that. And if you are co-washing and think you're doing the right thing, I need you to understand that you're not. You're not doing yourself any service by co-washing if you're washing your hair with a conditioner. It's the exact same thing. Don't get it twisted. Don't think that you're doing something good by co-washing and not washing your hair with conditioner. It literally means the same thing. It's kind of like, I kind of attribute it to, have you ever seen those people who like really hate Obama? And they'll say, the news will ask them like, well, how do you feel about Obamacare? And they'll be like, oh, I hate it. I can't stand Obamacare. It's the worst thing. Obama is ruining America. And then they say, well, how do you feel about the Affordable Health Care Act? And they're like, oh, I love it. I use it. It saved my life. And it's like, dude, it's the same thing. You know, it's the exact same thing. So it's just a different name for the same thing, right? So co-washing literally is the same thing as washing your hair with conditioner. It's the same thing. So you can't say, I would never wash my hair with conditioner, but I co-wash, because you're actually washing your hair with conditioner. Are y'all following me? I just wanted to dispel that myth and get rid of that confusion, because a lot of people, it sounds crazy to them to wash your hair with conditioner, but co-washing sounds okay. It's the same thing, okay? Now, again, there are some brands that will say co-washing, and it might very well be an actual shampoo. And they're only saying co-washing because it's a term that's familiar to you. And so they put it, that I literally am answering your question as you're asking it, Jennifer. They will say co-wash, but there's two things that happen. Sometimes it says co-wash because this is a term that's familiar to us, right? I mentioned this a little bit earlier for those of you who just joined. If it says co-wash, there's a very strong chance it's just conditioner that they put into a bottle and put the word co-wash, because we as a community have coined this term, and they're smart enough to know that people buy things that they are familiar with. So if you see something that says co-wash, you're like, oh, I should go ahead and I should buy this because everyone else talks about co-washing, so it must be okay, right? So there's a strong chance that it's just conditioner labeled as co-wash, because literally washing with conditioner is co-washing. On the other hand, there are some brands that will label their stuff co-wash, and it'll be like a cleanser and a conditioner combined. Those are generally okay. If it's literally labeled, like it should say cleanser conditioner. Because if it's only a cleanser, if it's only a conditioner, it's not cleaning your hair. Think about when you go to the salon and the shampoo girl or shampoo guy is scrubbing your hair. They're like all up in your scalp and it just feels so good and you don't want to leave because you just feel like you get a scalp massage. They are washing your hair so intensely for a reason. They're not doing that just so you can get a scalp massage. They're not masseuses or that's not what they're there, massage therapists. It's not what they're there for. They are there to get your scalp clean. And then all the cleansing properties of the shampoo travel down and trickle down to your hair. But when we get home, when we wash our hair, a lot of times we forget to do that. We don't actually wash our scalp. We're washing our hair and forgetting about washing our scalp. Our scalp is what we are supposed to be focusing on when we wash our hair. So when I teach people how to properly wash their hair, I'm always teaching, make sure that you clean your scalp. Because if your objective is to grow your hair and to grow it at a rate that, you know, maybe you haven't grown it before, or to optimize and maximize your growth potential, you've got to clean your scalp. And that should be your focus, right? So when you are washing your hair with conditioner, all you're doing is basically putting lotion on your scalp, and you're scrubbing your scalp and scrubbing your hair essentially with lotion that's, you know, is designed for your hair. But quite frankly, lotion is to skin as conditioner is to hair. So think about that every time you condition your hair. We have talked very intensely and a lot about how conditioners are not moisturizers. And I think I may even talked about that a little bit last week. We can talk about it again in depth later. But just a little quick tip for those of you who are new, because I know we got some newbies. Conditioners are not moisturizers. They're not here to moisturize your hair. They're not here to stop breakage. They're not here to prevent split ends. They're not here for none of that. You know, a lot of people are using products that are perfectly fine to use, but they're using it for the wrong thing and expecting results that they're not designed to get. Okay? And so you're confused as to why your hair's so dry, why your hair is not performing, why your curls aren't popping, why you got all this buildup on your hair. And it's because you're using something for the wrong purpose. Okay? And so that's basically the lesson. That's the lesson for today. I just want you all to stop washing your hair with conditioner. Stop co-washing. Now, we get a little bit more into ingredients and how to kind of tell what is great for your hair when we talk about ingredients. And we've covered that again a whole lot. We're not going to cover ingredients too much tonight, but for the most part, just make sure that you stay away from conditioners that are not also cleansers. Okay? That's basically it. And then also when you are washing your hair with straight up shampoos, make sure it doesn't have any sulfates in it, because sulfates will strip your hair of its natural oils, and you and me need all the oil we can get. We can't afford to get rid of none of it. All right. We need to keep what we have and then add more. All right. You should watch. Tiffany asked, what should she wash your hair with? Tiffany, if I were to provide you with a suggestion, I would suggest that you wash your hair with the Naturalicious Moroccan Rasoul 5-in-1 clay treatment. That is a shampoo, it's a conditioner, it's a deep conditioner, it's a detangler, and it does the work of a leave-in conditioner. Now, you're not actually going to leave it in, but you don't need an additional leave-in afterwards. It does all of that for you in one fell swoop, all at one time. It's super easy, super fast, it's amazing, okay? And by the way, you guys, I have been taking a tip from Kiki and some of y'all. I have actually been doing the step 1 face mask, and I don't even have on no makeup right now, except for maybe like eyeliner, but don't my skin look good, y'all? So I'm going to keep doing it. This is like my 3rd day doing it, and I'm going to continue, and I'm going to report on my results, okay? I think I saw someone ask a question about alcohols. No, that was actually Rika responding to someone. Hey, Tim. Hey, Tim. I think I saw someone ask something about how does a combo shampoo conditioner cleanse? So products that are shampoo / conditioners, these have been around for forever. Like shampoo conditioners, they're not new, right? But those generally have cleansing properties in them. So they have some sort of ingredients in them that are designed to both wash your hair and keep it smooth at the same time. And so those, if it's designed to do that, it will say that on the label. There's not going to be any guessing, because it's a selling point, right? Brands want to sell you things that are going to make you choose them over other ones. So, you know, if you have a shampoo conditioner here at a store and then you have a regular shampoo, but they're the same price, well, you get more bang for your buck with the shampoo conditioner, right? So it's a selling point for them to say, this is a shampoo conditioner. You can use this for both things, okay? So that's how you'll know if it's a shampoo conditioner. But if it's just a conditioner, it's not washing your hair. It's not cleansing your hair at all, okay? Hey Kim, well I'm so excited, Kimberly, I'm so excited that you are considering using our products. I'm sure that the community here would more than testify that our products are quite incredible, quite amazing, and they're super time saving. So, you know, where right now you might be spending some time on your hair, however long that is, our products will actually save you 80% of the time that you're spending on wash day. So you'll be in and out like in no time. And so I hope you do try us, and if you do, let us know. I would love to hear your results. Thanks for joining us today, and thank you guys for sharing this live. Share again if you haven't done so already. Kimberly, yeah, okay, y'all asked about my step 1 face mask. Okay, so step 1, so I didn't come up with this, I cannot take credit for it, but the Claymates, they are like the most amazing people in the world. So the Claymates, for those of you who don't know, maybe you're a newbie, a Claymate is someone who is essentially in the Naturalicious community. Okay, they're probably in our Naturalicious Nation. They have probably been a customer for any length of time, maybe a day, maybe they've been customers for 6 years, who knows? But they are the Claymates. They hold that title and they call themselves Claymates, and I call them Claymates, and we just love on each other all the time, okay? So the Claymates came up with this idea to use our cleanser, which is our step 1 Moroccan Rasul 5-in-1 clay treatment, on their face, because that product of ours has some really amazing properties for the skin, but we generally market it for hair, and we use it for hair because we're a hair company, right? And so it's essentially sulfate free, and they've been using it as a mask on their face. So it's kind of, think about it almost like a mud mask that you can use it, you know, that's how you can use it on your face. And so Kiki is one of our Claymates in the Naturalicious Nation. She's been using it for like over a year. And so her skin has done like a complete 180 since she's been using it. And we actually did a 7-day face mask challenge, I think it was last year, but I didn't continue it after the 7 days. But Kiki is always talking about how great her skin is. And she even be in my DMs like, Gwen, look at my skin. And I'm like, I got to start doing this. So, I have started to do it. And like I said, I don't have on any makeup except for eyeliner. That's it. And I got on lip gloss, but that's it. I don't have anything else up here. And I'm like, my skin is looking pretty good. Now I got a couple little things popping off right here because I'm on my cycle. You know how I go. But outside of that, my skin looks good. And so I'm going to keep doing it. And I'm going to see how, you know, if I have any like major improvements. And so that's what we're doing. We're using the product for our skin. So we're going to see how it turns out. Christina says, yes, step 1 is everything. I also use the line on my 6-year-old and on my 6-year-old's hair for the last 2 years. I love it. Something else I've been doing actually for my skin, I've been using step 1 as the mask. I've been doing this every day. It's only been like 2 or 3 days. So, but then I've been using step 2 because someone last week mentioned using step 2 as a moisturizer. I would have never thought to use step 2 as a skin moisturizer, but I started using step 2 as a moisturizer, and my skin feels pretty good. So I'm gonna keep trying it and see what happens, and I will report to you guys how it goes. Because right now your girl can't go to my esthetician because we on coronavirus lockdown. So I got to figure out how to give myself my own facials. So this is what I'm doing. So let's see. Yes, step 1 as a mask. I talk really fast. I do talk really fast, Lynette. And you know what? In my mind, I'm not talking fast. I literally, in my head, the way I hear myself, I'm talking at a normal pace. But I realize I talk fast. Because when I listen to me back, I'm like, dang, I talk fast. And people tell me all the time I talk fast. I promise you, I be trying to slow down. But I get so excited and so passionate about this kind of stuff that I just be rattling it off. And I don't mean to. If I do talk a little fast, y'all can always tell me, Gwen, slow down. I need to catch up. Just let me know, okay? Because I don't realize that I'm talking slow. And like very little known secret is that sometimes when people tell me I'm talking fast, in my mind, I tell myself, okay, let me talk slower. And when I'm talking slower in my head, to me, it feels like I'm talking at a snail's pace. Like I feel like I'm talking like this when I try to slow down, right? And so, but for most people, it just sounds normal. But for me, it just feels like, oh my God, it's just so slow. So yeah, I do talk fast. I'm sorry. Let me know though if I'm talking too fast, and I can adjust as needed. And Anquinette says, I've been having trouble with moisturizing my gray hair. Is your product good for moisturizing gray hair? There are some silver stunners on this live, Anquinette, and I'm pretty sure they would tell you that the answer is yes. I do understand that gray hair, you are not an anomaly, honey. Like, don't feel like your hair is like your hair is a hopeless cause. Gray hair is just naturally more wiry, and it tends to be more coarse than hair that has pigment to it, which is like, your natural color. So when the hair color turns gray, it's just natural. So you're in very good company. There are a lot of amazing, beautiful silver stunners. That's what I call them. Silver stunners here in the Naturalicious Nation. And yes, they use the products, and I can tell you that yes, it does help to moisturize and keep it from being quite so wiry and quite so coarse. And that will be for you. That will be step 2. Tiffany says, okay, she's going to order. Thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate you, girl. Let me know how you like it. Kay says, when you rinse your hair, do you use cold water or warm water? Okay. Sorry, somebody called me. Okay, Kay, you know what you need? You need to see my wash day tutorial, because I actually rinse with both at different parts. So Rika, who handles customer service for us, she's live. Rika, if you would not mind, can you please reply to Kay here live and give her that link? Because I think it would be beneficial, Kay, for you to see the entire wash day. So in short, to answer your question before she posts the link for you, in short, when I'm washing my hair, like just with the product in my hand and all that, I'm rinsing it with warm water. I actually don't do the cold water until I'm done with the shower. So I wash my hair in the shower, right? So I wash my hair with step 1, I put it in, I do that, and then I rinse that out with warm water. And then I go ahead and I do a deep conditioning and a hot oil treatment at the same time. I do those together. And then I have that in my hair. I kind of sit around for about 20 minutes and I rinse that out again with warm water just to get it out of my hair. And then I give it like a shot of cold water right after that, because the warm water keeps the hair follicle open. And now that I've conditioned my hair and done a hot oil treatment, I want to seal all that goodness up in there. And so after I've rinsed it out of my hair, then I lock it in with the cold water. So my last final rinse of the day, like when I'm done with the shower, I'm not getting in the shower anymore, I'm not doing any more wash out products, that's when I do the cold water. And since I wash my hair in the shower, your girl ain't about to get in the shower when it's cold. So I actually get out the shower and I stick my head in and then I rinse like that, because I can't be having no cold water on my body. That's just not here. I'm not about that life. But I do give my hair a shot of cold water to seal it up, and so that it's shiny, so that all those amazing minerals and nutrients and benefits from the hot oil and deep conditioning are locked in. So yes, I do both. But Rika will give you the link to the wash day videos, and you can actually see it in person. All right. Kimberly says, I want my hair to grow. Please help me. Kimberly. So your hair is always growing. Like I said earlier, unless you have a scalp condition. If you have alopecia or thinning or something like that, that's a different story. So I kind of need to know where you are with that in order to give you some suggestions. But if you don't have any of those issues, your hair is always growing. That's the good news. So the good news is that you don't have to do anything extra. You can just live your life, live your best life, and you don't have to worry about your hair not growing unless you have a scalp condition. The problem is that if your hair is not growing and you don't have a scalp condition, it's not that your hair is not growing, it's that your hair is breaking as fast as it's growing. And your job is not to grow your hair. Your job then is to retain your length. So your job is to retain the growth that you've experienced, right? So that's the mind shifting that we have to do, because it's not about growing your hair if it's already growing, right? The goal is to, how do I retain my length? First of all, like I mentioned earlier, you got to make sure you're actually washing your hair with the right types of products. So not conditioner, like we talked about. And then you have to add moisture to your hair on a constant basis. So the people, I think that you said you were a newbie, Kimberly. And so if you are, welcome. We're excited to have you here. Glad you're here, actually. The thing you have to do is something we talked about in the Repair Your Hair Challenge. And those people who are new or who are who are OGs, they know this as well. You've got to constantly add moisture to your hair. You cannot wait till your hair is dry to start trying to moisturize it. If your hair is stiff, it feels brittle, all that kind of stuff, you haven't been moisturizing it enough. All right. And so that's the very short answer to a very longer question. And so since this particular video is not about growing hair, I can't get too much into it because I want to make sure I get to everyone else's questions. But the short thing, the first thing that I would advise you to do is make sure you're washing your hair with a product that is designed to wash hair, so not conditioner. And then 2, you need to be moisturizing your hair with a really great moisturizer every single day. Not every other day, not a couple times a week, not a couple times a month, every day. Your job is to be proactive and not reactive. By the time your hair feels dry to you, it's already dry at the core. And when it's dry at the core, that's when breakage starts. That's when brittleness starts. That's when split ends start. That's when some forms of shedding starts. All right. You have to make sure that you're keeping your hair hydrated. It's just like those of you who have been around for a while, y'all know I'm about to talk about the diet and exercise analogy. It's just like that, Kimberly. So, it's easier to maintain than it is to get in shape, right? So it's easier to stay in shape than it is to get in shape. And so same thing with your hair. It's easier to maintain your hair when it's already in shape than it is to get it in shape. So getting your hair in shape takes time and effort and energy. You've just like working out, you've really got to put in some effort if you want to see major gains. You're not going to be able to just do some moisturizer one day and, maybe do a hot oil treatment the next day and, kind of play around with it. You really have to have a focused regimen, which is kind of what we create in the Repair Your Hair Challenge, which, by the way, will be starting again in July. If you are not on the list, you got to get on the list, which Rika can also provide in this live. But you definitely have to do some work, Kimberly. And if you're ready to do the work, we would love to have you in the Repair Your Hair Challenge. And so we take people from what we jokingly say, from looking whack to looking like a snack in 15 days. And so you learn everything that you need to know about caring for your hair on a long-term basis. So much so that most of the people who actually took the challenge and successfully completed it, they're actually teaching it now to their family and their friends so that we can have a world full of beautiful women of color who love their hair and they know what to do with it. And they're not just pulling at straws hoping that they can find the right product. Because it ain't all about product. It's like mostly even not about product. Most of the problems that we have with our hair have to do with what you've been doing or not doing. So the Repair Your Hair Challenge teaches you all of that stuff. All right, let's keep it moving. You're welcome, Kim. Serena is an OG. She said, for folks who have 4C hair and they have more oil from the scalp to a certain point in the hair, wouldn't it make sense to spend more time on your hair close to the ends and the ends itself? Yeah, exactly, Serena. You should be when you are moisturizing your hair, you should be focusing on your ends. That's where you should have your focus. Absolutely. 100%. You are absolutely on the right track. That doesn't mean you should ignore your roots because they will eventually get dry as well. But your focus should be your ends, which is why when I teach doing the open palm method, if you watch me do that, where do I put the product? I always put it on the ends. I can't do it right now because my hair is in a top knot, but I always take my hands like this, put the product on my palms, and I go like this on the ends. That's what I teach, focusing on the ends. Of course, you want to do all of your hair. You don't want your ends to be moisturized and the rest of your hair not to be, but you definitely want to focus on the ends. So yes, Serena, kudos to you for being on the exact right track with that. Let's see, who else? Is your products, oh shoot, why do I always do that? My bad, y'all. Let me turn this around. Is your products only for natural hair, and what should you get if you have relaxed hair, or is it not for you? So most of our okay, here's the thing. Our products are designed for anybody who has hair. We have people who have locks. We have people who have natural hair. We have people who have relaxed hair. We have people who have gray hair. We have people who buy the product for their babies. We have people who buy it for their man. We have people who buy the products for their mamas and people who buy it for themselves. So the nice thing about our products is that they are literally designed to work for the entire family, no matter what their hair type, texture, length, what color, or whatever. All of our products are also color safe, which I forgot to mention. Okay. So to answer your question, Sheena, we do have customers who are relaxed. Now, by the nature of our industry, the vast majority of our customers are natural. just because the majority of women who are buying hair products these days are natural. But we have actually a lot of relaxed customers as well, and our products will work on relaxed hair. So yes, you can absolutely buy them. Our system will be the same system, which is the Hello Gorgeous system. That's our flagship system. It's a 3-step system. You can get on our website, and Rika can drop the link for you. But yes, to answer your question, you can absolutely use our products, whether you're relaxed, have locks, natural, what have you, for sure. Great question. Thank you for asking. Oh yes, Jalalia says armpits as well, an amazing pit detox. Yeah, see what I'm saying, y'all? Someone else mentioned this a little while ago. They have started using step 1 on their armpits as a detox. I haven't done that one yet, but I'm going to. But they've started doing that. So just like, it's literally a one-stop product for like all your beauty needs. This is step 1 we're talking about. So yes, you can use it on your face. You can use it on your armpits. You can use it on your hair. Let's see. Tim says, as someone who has combo skin on my face, I might have to try this. Yes, Tim, try it. Let me know how it works. Tracy says, as a newbie, what are the first products you would suggest? So as a newbie, most people get our Hello Gorgeous system. So that is our flagship system. Is kind of what we're known for. It's 3 products. They deliver the results of 12 products in only 3 steps. So it saves you so much time, so much effort. Wash day is no longer a chore. We literally say we take you from wash days to wash minutes, because you're done in like literally almost no time with that system. So that's what most people get, Tracy. Some other people also get our, some people also get our Spanish almond regrowth oil. So that is a really great oil if you are experiencing thinning or slow growth in any particular part of your hair. So we have some people on tonight who have been using that for a little bit of time and seeing like incredible before and afters. You can actually go on our website and see some of those before and after pictures. But I would suggest that only for you if you have thinning or slow growth in certain areas of your head. If you don't have that issue, then that product's probably not for you. But the Hello Gorgeous system is for anybody. So that's the product line that's the system that I would suggest for you, Tracy, as a brand new person to our products. Kia says, you are talking normal to me. Okay, good. She said, maybe I'll listen slow. Okay, good. Okay. Tim says, you do talk fast, much more often than you realize. Tim's known me for a while, you guys. So Tim can attest if I'm talking fast. But he ain't never told me I talk fast. So Tim, I'm kind of mad that you just left me out here to be a fast talker and you didn't like help me out. I'm joking, obviously. Yes, passion. Nefertiti says, step 2 has an amazing scent. I will try that. My girls and I call it Skittles cream. I love that. I love it. Yes, Donna, step 2 on the face. Now, again, I've only been doing it for 2 days. But for me, moisturizers are like so hard to like really get it perfect for my skin. Sometimes it's like too oily, or sometimes it's not. It doesn't have enough moisture properties and my skin feels really tight. I've been using step 2 for the past couple days and it feels good. So, I'm hoping that it continues to do well, because I'm liking what it's looking like so far. So Erica says, we love you and your fast talking self. Delita says, what is the skincare routine regimen? Okay, now listen. There's really no skincare routine regimen. I am just trying something out. I haven't proven it to be a win yet. It's just been a win for the past 2 or 3 days. So y'all really got to give me a little bit of time to make sure that it's really like on the up and up. And because also different people have different types of skin. So there's that concern as well. For me, I have generally combination skin. So I'm generally oily right here. And I tend to be a little bit drier on the sides. But I will tell you what I've been doing. Again, this is not tried and true yet. I'm just experimenting on myself. Okay, I just want to give y'all that disclaimer before y'all be out here like, well, Gwen said that her hair products is good for skin, and then somebody end up breaking out and it's like a whole problem. Okay, I just gotta lay the foundation because I don't want no issues. So what I've been doing is I've been washing my face with step 1 like I wash my hair with step 1. So I've been like taking the product and I've been like kind of just using it as a cleanser on my skin. And then I rinse that off. And then I've been taking it and putting it back on my skin as a mask. And I've done that every day for the past 2 or 3 days. So I put it on my skin as a mask and then I wait for it to dry. And then it dries. And then I rinse it. I very gently rinse it off with water. And so then after that, I just put step 2 on. All over my face. I go, you know, I put little dots of step 2 and I just rub it in. And then that's it. That's what I've been doing for the past couple days. But again, this is me experimenting on myself. I'm using myself as a guinea pig to see if this is really going to work. So again, don't assume this is the regimen. This is just what I've been doing, testing it out. So you are welcome to try it. But if it don't work for you, don't be like, well, Gwen's skincare don't work. Well, Gwen didn't say it was a skincare regimen. Okay, so I just want y'all to be clear. Okay, but definitely try it and let me know if it works for you. Kimberly says, so being new to your products, what would you suggest we purchase? Great moisture and healthiness is what I'm looking for. Okay, so I think you asked your question after I had before I had answered, I think it was Tracy's question. So the Hello Gorgeous system is what I suggest. Again, Rika can drop the link for you here. It's again 3 steps and it delivers the results of 12 products. It's awesome. It comes with pretty much everything that you need to get started on a really healthy hair care regimen for yourself. If you're looking for growth and you're having slow growth or thinning in any particular part of your hair, our Spanish almond regrowth oil is also really great, and I suggest that too. That particular product is actually the #1 selling regrowth oil at Ulta across all the brands. So it's super popular, very, very hard to keep in stock. And so, yes, that has some really great before and after pictures on our website. So if you need to see some of those to see the kind of results you can expect or hope for, you can definitely see those on our website too. Okay. Shayla says, on wash day after using step 1, are you supposed to do a protein treatment and a moisturizing treatment in one treatment? Y'all need to join the Repair Your Hair Challenge because we go through all of this. I'm telling y'all. So Shayla, as far as a protein treatment goes, you should do a protein treatment only once a month. You don't need to do protein treatment any more than once a month. If you do it too often, you will end up with what's called protein overload. And protein overload gives you the complete opposite effect of what you want. So you want your hair to be strong and resistant to breakage, but when you have too much protein, it actually makes your hair, it actually thins your hair out and makes it snap like a twig. And now you have breakage and shedding and stuff, and you don't want that. So only once a month should you do protein treatment. And yes, you would do it after you do step 1. Okay? After step 1 and before any moisturizing. Lee says step 2 works great on gray hair. You just have to be consistent. And Lee would know because she just recently cut off all of her color and she is one of our silver stunners up in here. So Lee would know for sure. Loretta says, I'm ready to start using these products. Which products do I need to include in my first order? So Loretta, I'm going to suggest for you as well the Hello Gorgeous system. It is awesome. Awesome. We have 2 different sizes, by the way, which I didn't mention earlier. We have the standard size and then we have the double up size or double size. And so you can get either one of those. Obviously the double size has more product available, but you can get either one. And so that's what most people start with. And like I said, also the Spanish almond regrowth oil if you need something for thinning or slow growth as well. LaDon says, some of us down low silver stunners can attest for that as well. That's funny. You are welcome, Anquinette. I appreciate you. Thank you. Valerie says she's a silver stunner. Tim says, I got my almond regrowth oil and I'm looking forward to starting it. Sweet, Tim. Jacqueline says, hello, I got my first order and I'm excited to start using it this weekend. So excited for you, Jacqueline. Congrats on being a Claymate girlfriend. Shayla says, my hair is still dry after using step 1. That's because you have to add moisture to it. So our hair is naturally dry. You have to add moisture to your hair every day. Now, it depends on how long it's been since you've been adding consistent moisture. Here's a little tip for you guys, especially for you newbies. My OGs know this already. 50% of how your hair looks and performs has to do with everything you've been doing or not been doing. The majority of your, this is the thing that I love to talk about, but I also hate to talk about it because most people have been duped for so long. Most companies, they don't do stuff like this, right? They don't get online and talk to you and really educate you about your hair, right? They just say, buy our products. It's a miracle in a jar and it's supposed to solve all your hair issues. That's a lie. Flat out, it's a lie. Especially if you've been using tons of different products and nothing has been working for you, you know that's a lie, right? So, the thing that they don't tell you is that the majority of your hair challenges have to do with what you've been doing or not been doing. Just like diet and exercise, if you can buy a gym membership. Let's say the gym membership is equivalent to a product that you buy at the store, like a hair product. So they're, apples to apples. You can buy a gym membership and you can go to the gym for a day. But if you've been eating chips and ice cream and cookies and cakes and you haven't been working out in several months, you can't go to the gym and all of a sudden you're supposed to have this like great looking hair, right? It doesn't work. I'm sorry, great looking body. It doesn't work like that, right? So you have to put in some work consistently in order to see those gains that you want to see. Same thing with your hair. So when it comes to your hair, if you use a product, you have to do the work in order to see the gains, right? So in this case, you have to moisturize your hair every day, sometimes multiple times a day, right? So if your hair is extremely dry, there's a very good chance that your hair is sucking up the moisture because you haven't really been giving it to it consistently. So it's like water. When you drink a lot of water for the first few times, you may retain that water because your body is not used to getting a lot of water. So it's like so excited that you finally gave it some water that it's like holding on to it. But once you start drinking a lot of water consistently, you actually start to urinate that out and you won't be bloated or retaining so much water because your body is like, oh, I can chill. I don't have to be stingy anymore because I know she or he is going to give me the water that I need to thrive. Same thing with your hair. If you haven't been consistently moisturizing, and when I say consistent, I mean daily, not every other day, not every couple times a week, like every single day, right? If you haven't been doing that, your hair is probably holding on to what moisture it's getting because it doesn't know when it's going to get it again. And so once your hair has gotten used to, oh, she's going to give me moisture every day. Oh, maybe she's going to give it to me twice a day. It's not going to hold on to that. It will actually retain that moisture level in your hair for the long term. So I'll use myself as an example. When I first started going natural, this is some years ago, I had to moisturize my hair twice a day, every day for a year because my hair was in such bad shape. Such bad shape. Split ends, damage, heat damage, all kind of issues, right? And so it took me a long time, or what seemed like a long time, for my hair to retain that moisture. All right, but I had to be consistent with it every single day. And on the days that I wasn't consistent, I could immediately see it. I could immediately feel it. It was dry again. And so for you, Shayla, you may have to moisturize your hair consistently. Now, if you have the Hello Gorgeous system, step 2 in the line is going to be your moisturizer. And if you look at our any of our videos, if you go to our YouTube channel or even on our website, there are lots and lots, hundreds of videos that show you how to moisturize your hair on a daily basis. And it shouldn't take you any length of time. This is not a long, drawn out process. This should take you like 5 minutes at most. Like, it shouldn't take you any long period of time. But you do have to do it every day. There are some people who took the Repair Your Hair Challenge and they found out they had to moisturize their hair twice a day because their hair was so dry. Okay. But again, once you're consistent with it, you'll find that your hair is actually retaining the moisture for the long term. So again, 50% of how your hair looks and performs has to do with what you've been doing. Have you been doing your deep conditionings? Have you been doing hot oil treatments? Have you been moisturizing every day? Have you been drinking adequate water? Because that's the big part of it. Have you been eating dark green leafy vegetables? Because that's going to make your hair stronger and more resistant to breakage. Have you been trimming your ends as needed? Have you been doing all these things? Like, I know we want our hair to be really easy, but there's some work that you have to put in, right? And so if you haven't been doing those things, you may see, have you been doing your protein treatments? Have you been doing your apple cider vinegar rinses? Have you been doing all these things? And so if you haven't, you may not quite see exactly your hair perform the exact same way that you want to. And then another 25% is your product. The ingredients that are in that product, are they healthy? Are they designed for your hair? And then the third part is your technique. Like I always say, you can have great products, you can have a great regimen, but if you're trying to do a twist out and your twists are sloppy or not, not on point, your twist out's gonna look kind of raggedy. You know what I mean? So you just have to learn how to properly twist. And all these things are fixable. Like, none of this stuff is like hopeless causes. None of it. But there is some learning that has to be done at sometimes. And so that's why we actually do the Repair Your Hair Challenge, to teach all of this stuff, because no one really teaches you this stuff. It's like the stuff that you need to know, nobody teaches you. It's like school. Like, my son is out right now. He's 9. He's out for, quarantine. And we've been able to teach him all these things that he would never learn. Like, they don't teach you anything about financial literacy. They teach you nothing about starting a business. They teach you none of the things that you really need in life, And so it's like, because he's been out of school, we've been able to start like spending time teaching him these things. So the same thing with our hair. Like, no one teaches us this stuff. Like, we're just out here hoping that we figure it out. And so I don't want people to have to like spend all this time figuring it out, because it took me 10 years to figure it out. Like, the girl you see when you look at the pictures and stuff of my hair now, that was like 10 long years of me figuring it out until I finally got it right. And I really didn't get it right until honestly, a few years ago. So, that's why the Repair Your Hair Challenge is in place, to really teach you guys these things, so that you're not out here guessing and hoping and wondering and waving sage around and hoping and praying that your hair comes out right. You have predictable results every time. So try that, Shayla. Try moisturizing your hair multiple times a day. At least once a day. And if that doesn't work, try once in the morning and once at night, and you should see a big difference in your hair not being dry anymore. But you got to be consistent with it. You can't do it for 2 days and be like, my hair's still dry. You're going to have to give it some time. Okay, so give it, a couple weeks of doing this and see if you don't see a difference. Okay? Gina needs something for her edges. Gina, you need our Dramatic Definition Gel. That's what you need. Our Dramatic Definition Gel. I don't have any here with me, but that's what you need for your edges. Okay? Tarsha, Gwen, I'm trying to get away from going to the salon. What advice do you have for the beginning to manage my hair? Tarsha, Repair Your Hair Challenge. Sign up for the Repair Your Hair Challenge. That's exactly what we go through. Like, that whole thing, I can't really give it to you in just like a 30-second spill, because it's a lot. But anybody who took the challenge will tell you that they can completely care for their own hair now. So sign up for the Repair Your Hair Challenge. I think that Rika posted the link, and it opens in July. So I think we start opening it up for people to purchase in June. So you want to make sure that you get it, because you want to make sure that you get it so that you can solve everything that you just asked me. Andrea says these products are life. And Andrea was actually in the Repair Your Hair Challenge, and she is one of our stunners who completed it. So go, girl. Erica says, I can't get over your skin. Thank you, honey. Thank you. Erica was in the Repair Your Hair Challenge too. Let's see. What product is good for a hot oil treatment? Step 3, Mary. Step 3 in the line is your hot oil treatment in the Naturalicious line. June says, I did the 3 steps. Although my hair is very soft, it's still very dry. Same thing I just told the other young lady, June. You're going to have to moisturize your hair multiple times. You probably haven't moisturized your hair consistently in quite some time. So you're going to have to moisturize your hair. This goes for any product. This isn't just Naturalicious, by the way. So any product you use, you're going to have to moisturize your hair multiple times. That's the one thing that I think most people don't know or haven't learned, is that you gotta do it. You have to moisturize your hair consistently if you don't want it to be dry. There's no product on earth that you're going to be able to use, no brand that's going to make your hair that is already really dry at the core, make it soft. Make it moisturized and help you retain that over multiple days if you are not adding more moisture to it. Our hair requires moisture. Remember I told y'all I like to make sure that you understand the why. So remember I told you, if you were with me when we talked about earlier, our skin secretes sebum. The sebum travels down the hair shaft, but it dries before it gets to the ends, right? And so when it gets to the ends, it's really, really dry. So we have to add moisture to it to keep it from being dry. Our hair is naturally dry. It's supposed to be dry. That's the nature of our hair. If we don't want it to be dry, we have to add moisture to it constantly. It's like watering a flower. You have to constantly water that flower if you want to see it grow. You've got to constantly moisturize your hair if you want it to thrive. So you've got to just moisturize your hair, June. That's all you need to do. And you can do that with step 2. If you have all 3 steps, just use step 2 and moisturize your hair every day. Erica says, sign up for the Natural Hair Challenge. She's talking about the Repair Your Hair Challenge. It will change your life. Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let's see. Keep moving down the line. You are welcome, Kimberly. You're welcome. How do you suggest daily moisturizing with the twist out? Do the same thing. Open palm method, Nicole. You can go on our YouTube page, or someone can post a link here. It's called the open palm method, something I created and coined. You put the product on your hand and you just kind of kind of go like this. It looks weird because you can't see me doing it with my hair right now, so it looks kind of goofy. But I just kind of go like this with the product. And again, someone, either Rika or maybe Danita, can post the link for you to show you what that looks like. But that's how you moisturize your hair with a twist out. And the best part of that, Nicole, is that when I do that process, I do my twist out on day 1, and I don't retwist my hair at all for like 7 days. I do that same process every single night. Done. Don't have to retwist. Don't have to do anything else. I'm done for the entire week using the open palm method. So they'll post that link for you. Does your texture change the longer your natural hair gets? Sometimes it will change because you just have more weight to your hair, especially if your hair is really thick. So you may have less shrinkage or more shrinkage depending on like the weight of your hair. Just the gravity pulling it down can cause it to stretch out a little bit. So it's not uncommon, Stephanie, for your texture to change. Look at Lakeisha. She was in the Repair Your Hair Challenge. I'm telling you, these people who was in the challenge, they are teaching the masses out here now. She's replying to you, Shayla. She said, you also need to do a weekly deep conditioning and hot oil treatment, which is step 1, followed by the sweet almond oil. Put a cap on for at least 15 to 20 minutes, and a good water-based moisturizer daily, maybe even twice daily. Exactly. So, like I said, the whole point of the Repair Your Hair Challenge is to teach people how to actually care for their hair long-term so they can go out and teach other people, and we can have this bountiful, plentiful mass of beautiful curly-headed women who actually know what to do with their hair. One thing I always joke about, but I'm dead serious, is that, and we've been on for like how long have we been on, y'all? My family down there calling me. One thing that I say that I'm not joking about is that back in the day, we didn't have very many products. Remember when I was talking about Carol's daughter not being around, you had to go to Brooklyn to get it? We didn't have very many products then. Nowadays, we got tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of products. Okay, we have tons and tons of products. The difference between then and now is that there ain't no difference because we didn't know what to do with our hair then, and we don't know what to do now. So the problem is not that you need more products. The problem is that you need more education, period. That's it. You didn't have any products available to you then. Now you got all the products available to you, and y'all still don't know what to do with your hair. And that's not just you. That's anybody. That's most of us, right? The problem is not more products. The problem is not that you need the pomegranate version of the shampoo or the almond version of the conditioner, or whatever, all these different flavors and scents they be putting in this stuff, okay? That's not the problem. The problem is that you need more education, period, point blank, period with the T. That's it. So that's what the Repair Your Hair Challenge does. It actually gives you the education that you're lacking so that no matter what brand you choose to use, whether it's Naturalicious or some other brand, you are in control of how your hair looks. No more hoping and wishing and praying and, all that kind of stuff, hoping that your hair comes out right. You have perfectly predictable results every single time because you now know what your hair requires, period. Okay? Newbie says, Loretta, what product should I include in my first order? I'm ready to order. So Loretta, you want to get the Hello Gorgeous Hair Care System. That is the product that you want to get. I don't know. I'm still going through all the comments. I think I have a lot more to go through. So I don't know if they've responded to you yet with the link to that. But if you haven't, can you please give her the link to the repair? Can you give her the link to the Hello Gorgeous System so that she can get, because she's ready to get started. So Loretta, we're excited to have you in our family. Welcome, girl. Hey, Timmy. Hey, Tim's daughter. Tim's daughter is waving to you. It's waving to me. Hey, girl. Doreen says, I have dry, brittle hair, itchy scalp. This is causing my meds, my heart meds. So, Doreen, I'm going to suggest that you talk to your doctor and your dermatologist first. Because I, as a non-doctor, cannot give medical advice. And I don't want to tell you what to use on your hair if you're having a scalp issue caused by your heart meds. So I want you to talk to them first, and take our products to them or even take our website to them, have them look over the ingredients. They should be fine because all of our products are natural, but you just want to confirm, won't have no problems, right? Take it to them and just confirm that these are good to use on your hair. And if they say yes, by all means, get it. But if they don't, I want you to be safe first. Safety first, so make sure that you're good to go from that standpoint, and then you can go ahead and get our products, okay? Yes, Lakeisha is a graduate. Linda says, what moisturizer do you recommend? Linda, I recommend Step 2. Step 2 in the Naturalicious line is what I recommend for you or for anybody. That's our moisturizer. Natasha says, how can I join your Repair Your Hair Challenge? So there's a link that someone has posted, I think, and you can get the, you can get you can join, you can get on the waiting list for the Repair Your Hair Challenge. So we aren't actually opening it up until June, but there's already like over 400 people on the list, and we can only take a certain amount of people because it's just me teaching it. So I can't have like 1,000 people on the live. You know what I mean? And these are live sessions. Like we are live, and this is like this, and we are literally in the shower. They will tell you we are in the shower together washing our hair. We are trimming our own ends. Like I teach y'all how to do that. Don't be scared. It's really easy once you learn how to do it. We are having like my personal transformation coach come in, and she talks and just like gives life to all of us. We are in there. There's some tears. It get real intimate, real personal in there. And so I can't take everyone because we just don't have space for everybody. And quite frankly, when there's a lot of people, it's harder to manage making sure everybody's on mute. Because if they're not on mute, then other people can't hear. So we have a finite amount of space. So Natasha, I'm going to suggest that you get on the waiting list. Rika will post a link, and you can just click that, enter your name and your email address, and when we open up the cart, you will be the first to be notified when it's available. Okay? Mary says, I'm older, so I believe that I have a thin pattern that my father and brother gave me. So it's a thing. What can I do to stop thinning? Okay, so Mary, we have our Spanish almond regrowth oil, which is designed for people who have thinning or slow growth in any parts of their head. So I'm going to suggest that you try that. You certainly can go to your dermatologist and see what, he or she may suggest, but that is what most people use. The product of ours that most people use. I hope my phone doesn't die. I can't really tell how much battery life I have left. Rhonda says, so true. My hair is so much healthier now that I'm using these products and moisturizing consistently. Yay! Thank you. Hey, Bryce. Mike, can you bring me my computer charger? You know where it is? No, it's probably plugged in downstairs somewhere. Downstairs, not up here. Okay. Andrea says, my son's hair is the bomb. Yes. Erica says, I want to do it again. My life went crazy after half of week 1 and still crazy. Can I do the challenge again? Yes, you can do it again, Erica. We would love to have you. You can certainly do it again. Just make sure that you get on the list, because make sure you add your name to the waiting list, because even though you've done it before, you still want to be notified before everybody else, in case we, don't have any more spaces. So make sure that you make sure that you sign up on the waiting list, okay? But yes, you can absolutely do it again. And even if somebody took it before and they want to take it again, they can take it again too. You just got to get into it, first. Thanks, Erica. She said, nice mirror. Okay, so I'm going to try to skip down. Can I use the products on my 2-year-old? Yes, you can, Lionel. My son is now 9, and I started using the products on him when it was just like a hobby. It really, honestly, Naturalicious was actually, y'all may not know this, Naturalicious was not actually designed to be a business. I wasn't trying to have a hair care business. I was just trying to create products for myself that worked really well, and it turned into a business. But I was using them on him when he was a newborn, and he still uses them. So he's been using them his entire life. So from the time he was a newborn until now, I use them on my own child. So I can attest that they are good and safe for adults, babies, and children. I know, Lakeisha, they supposed to say brush your teeth with step 1. That's funny. How do you comb your hair? Okay, Valita, that's part of the Repair Your Hair Challenge. So sign up and get on the list so that you can be a part of the challenge. Because most people actually comb their hair completely wrong. Absolutely wrong. And detangle it wrong as well. There's our Keisha. She's our big winner. Hey, girl. She said Queen Mother. She's so funny. Erica says, I'm about to stop buying Mario. I don't know how to say his last name, but I know what you're talking about. Mario Basadou, maybe? Badisu products for my daughter and make her use step 1 and 2. All right, well, let me know how it works for her. I'm super interested to find out how it works on other people. Lee says it works. She's been using it for a month. I think she's talking about the Spanish almond regrowth oil. All right, y'all, I'm going to have to skip some questions just because there's so many, and I want to get to everybody. Kenisha says, how do you slick your hair down without using gel? I don't know how to do that, Kenisha. Unless you have even if you have like a really silky kind of hair texture, that's going to be really hard. So you're going to need gel. But I can tell you that our gel does not make your hair hard, provided you aren't using like too much. If your hair is hard and you're using our gel, that means you use too much. Our gel is not doesn't make your hair hard at all. And so I feel like that's really what you're asking. I feel like you wouldn't mind. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like you wouldn't mind using a gel if it didn't make your hair hard and flaky. Let me know if I'm wrong, because most gels do. And so if that's what you're looking for, our dramatic definition gel will get you right. But if you're really looking to somehow slick your hair down with just water and you got like texture like mine, baby, I don't think it's going to happen. You're going to have to use something. So, Andrea says, water intake and greens saved my life. The system gave me life. Yes, yes, yes. All the things that you learn in the Repair Your Hair Challenge. Kimberly Wynn says, thank you so much for being understanding with all the questions. When can we mind flying to see you? Thanks and God bless. Yes, we would love for you to come see us. Our salon hopefully will be able to open back up as soon as coronavirus allows us to. And we would love to have you. Love, love, love to have you. Which product is your moisturizer, says Sydney. Step 2 is the moisturizer, Sydney. Loretta says, I've been co-washing a lot. Girl, stop. Stop it right now. Today is your last day co-washing, okay? She says, can I just jump into using step 1, or should I use some form of a cleanser first? So step 1 is your cleanser, Loretta. So understand that. So that's the great news. Step 1 is your cleanser. So you can just jump full throttle, jump off the cliff, and you can use step 1 right away, okay? I also want you to do an apple cider vinegar rinse, though, because if you've been co-washing a lot, you probably have invisible buildup that you can't. Oh, and I actually see some of the some of the claymates are telling you to use apple cider vinegar. I have taught y'all so well. Y'all so smart. I'm so proud of y'all. But you want to do apple cider vinegar rinse. Make sure you do it diluted, 1 part of ACV, apple cider vinegar, to 6 parts of water, and you only want to do it once a month, no more than that. Okay. Do that first. You can buy the products, get your products. Wash your hair with step 1, and then do the apple cider vinegar rinse, because you're going to have to get that buildup off. If you've been co-washing, there's undoubtedly a lot of buildup that you cannot see and that you cannot feel on your hair. If you're on our email list, I actually just sent out a blog. Did I send out that blog? No, I think we have a blog coming out next week on invisible buildup. So you want to make sure you're on our email list so you can get that information. Let's see. What's up?
What's up?
That's the Candy Curator, you guys. His name's Caden. He's my 9-year-old.
Well, duh.
And if you have ordered from us and you receive candy in your order, it comes from this dude.
This guy.
He has apparently decided to join us. So, say hey, everybody.
Hey.
So this is Caden. You smell like outside.
I do, because I've been sweating.
Yeah, I can tell.
Thanks. Now go do your video.
He's been outside playing basketball.
We just got a basketball hoop yesterday.
Yeah, we just got a basketball hoop because they want to go play basketball, but we have to socially distance. You can't be out here playing basketball, sweating next to each other. You know, so we have like a legit basketball like court.
It's not a court.
Well, not a court, but a hoop, like a regulation size hoop. And so he's been outside, and he smells like outside. So, and he has his arm around me right now. So,
which is not tough at all.
All right, moving right along.
Excuse you?
Let's see. Who else? So right now we're answering questions, Kaden.
Okay.
You want to help me answer questions?
Yeah.
All right. So.
Do you use
Well, she's responding to someone else. So, let's see. Let's keep moving. Find if we can find an actual question.
Yeah, I look more brown than I usually do because I've been sweating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got tan?
Yes.
Okay. Arkisha says, every morning, every night, moisturize. Yes. Yes. Every morning, every night.
Why does she have to?
Because that's how we talk. That's how women talk. Like, we have to clap to emphasize our point.
That's not how we talk.
Well, that's how we talk. That's not how you talk.
Oh, that's how you talk.
That is how I talk. Let's see. Andrea says the challenge is life. Nicole says she's just finished washing her hair.
Yes.
Sweet,
Even
sweet,
though I
sweet.
don't do it barely.
Let's see. I see lots of awesome comments. I'm trying to find questions. Y'all got so many questions and comments today. This is awesome. Yes, Jacqueline, you can use step 2 every single day. Okay, keep going. Woo, y'all talkative bunch tonight. Sweat, Camilla says, sweat is the enemy of my hair. Yes, I understand. I used to sweat in my hair a lot, but not anymore. Actually, not since I had him. But I used to sweat. Anytime I would work out, I would sweat a lot in my hair.
I'm more brown than you on camera.
Yeah. Well, no, we're about the same complexion right now.
Yeah. And you don't. When's the last time you had sweat?
When's the last time I had sweat?
Yes.
I don't know. It's a weird question. Diana says, Gwen, how often do you do an apple cider vinegar rinse? So once a month. No more than once a month. Once a month is perfect.
No less.
Yes. No more, no less. Thank you.
At midnight.
You can really do it any time of the day. You don't have to do it at midnight, but once a month, Diana, or else you will risk compromising the pH balance of your hair, and you don't want to do that. Great question, my love. Oh, look, Erica had already answered it for me. Is there a specific apple cider vinegar rinse that you use? Says Kanisha.
Bragg's.
Boy, he said yes. Give it to me. Bragg's is what I suggest. You are welcome to use whatever you like, but
it smells like cider mixed with apples.
Yeah. So I really love Bragg's because it has what's called the mother. Mr.
Bragg's and Mrs. Bragg's.
Yeah, it has what's called the mother inside of it. And so it's like all the minerals and nutrients that normally get...
They blended a mom?
No. It's all the minerals and nutrients that normally get filtered out that are really great for our hair. They leave it in. And so I love Bragg's. Of course, you can use whatever you want, but my suggestion is Bragg's. Yes, you mixed it with water. Hey, Tina Habib is with us today. Yes, Diana, you mixed it with water. You want to do 1 part of 1 part of apple cider vinegar to 6 parts of water. Okay? All right. Erica says, I'm telling y'all, I've been riding with Gwen and Naturalicious and the Nation. Everything you want to know or has been addressed by Gwen in one of her videos. Or we will help you in the Nation. This is so true. This is so true. Bye. Kaden has left us, y'all. Oh, he's going to take a shower, you guys.
What's up, Nation?
He needed because he's been like outside. Like he's been playing basketball all day.
He's been at it at
Adina says, hey Gwen, if my name is already on the Repair Your Hair Challenge, but I didn't join the first session, do I need to sign up again? No, ma'am. If you already put your name on that challenge list, like the waiting list, then you're good to go. You don't need to sign up again. Where's your salon located, says Sydney. Our salon is located in Canton, Michigan. It's about 30 minutes from Detroit, in between Detroit and Ann Arbor, if you're familiar with Michigan. So we're in Michigan, Canton, Michigan. If you know anything about Canton, Michigan, we are on Canton Center Road, very close to the corner of Warren and Canton Center. Okay, and everybody's saying hey to you. I'm just now getting to their comments about you saying hey. about them saying hey to you. So many comments I hadn't even got to them yet. Oh, Kaden. Miss June said thank you for her grape now and later.
Who is June?
She's on the video.
Oh, hello.
He said hello. He's supposed to say you welcome. Kids. I know, Rochelle, he is. He's so tall. Yeah, he comes to like here on me when we stand up. He's 9. Like, what? I'm not even like, I'm not that short. I'm like 5'4". And he's like at my ear almost. It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. But Blanche says, I sweat in my hair all the time. Can I use the system more often than 7 to 10 days to wash? Yes, you can. You can actually use the system every day if you wanted to. Most people don't wash their hair every day. So we recommend every 7 to 10 days to wash their hair, but you can wash it every single day. And if you're a swimmer as well, or like you said, if you're someone who sweats a lot, it's great because step 1 actually removes all the toxins from your hair. So if you're a swimmer or if you have kids who swim, step 1 actually removes chlorine as well. Actually use that on that little guy because he swims, well, when we're able to swim, he swims 2 to 3 times a week. And so I just use step 1. I don't have to buy a swimmer shampoo, which is oftentimes very drying for our hair. I just use that on his hair and it gets the chlorine right out. So yes, Blanche, you can use it as often as you want to. Blanche says, I've been using the system since last August and I love it. Yay! June says, that's cool. I'm from Ann Arbor, but I live in Alabama now. I saw you on WDIV. Yay! Thanks, June. It's so exciting. Erica's going to come to Michigan just to visit the salon. I can't wait. Charlene says, hi, I'm a new customer. Love, love, love your products. Thanks, Charlene. Jane says, will you be expanding your line to any other national stores like Target? I like going in instead of online when I can get and Sally runs out. So June, we are in Ulta as well. We're in Ulta online, but I think we might be going into Ulta stores very soon. So that's between you and me. So Ulta looks like it will be happening. We're already on Ulta online. We've been on Ulta online for a little bit of time now. A little less than a year, I think. Yeah, a little less than a year. And so now that like initial test run is over, I think we're going to be going into Ulta stores soon. But again, it's going to depend on when COVID-19 is done and when stores can open back up, because none of the stores are actually open. They just are open for curbside. So they're actually not bringing new brands into stores right now. But just had a conversation with somebody today about Target. So we'll see about Target, but definitely Ulta for sure. Let's see. I think I got to almost everybody that I could. I finally got to the end. I finally made it. And it's 9:41, y'all. We started this at 8 o'clock. We've been on politicking and hanging out for a good minute today. So thank you for staying for so long. And if you had to drop off, no worries. You can always watch the replay. But I hope that this session has been helpful to you. Thank you to all the newbies. I feel like we had a whole lot of newbies today. So kudos to you guys for joining us. I hope you join us next week. We do this every Thursday at 8 p.m. We normally don't last this long. Normally it's about 30 minutes to an hour, usually closer to 45 minutes to an hour. This was an exceptionally talkative group tonight, which is awesome. As you can tell, I love talking about this stuff and I can talk about it all night long, honestly. But I will let you go enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you again for joining, and I will see y'all next Thursday. Do not forget, as Danita has been posting, and shout out to Danita and Rika as well. Shout out to them for posting all the links and for reminding you guys about the different things that we have going on. So give them some love, you guys, because they do not have to do this, and we love them for being here. And so we are always, always, always appreciative of them scribing for us and just keeping you guys, reminding you guys of what I'm talking about as I'm talking through it. So appreciate you so very much for you spending your time with us as well, Danita and Rika. Don't forget, tomorrow is the last day for our promotion where we are gifting a first responder with a deluxe travel kit for every order over $75, and we are gifting it in your name. So if, let's say for instance, Erica makes a purchase for $100, just for round numbers, and Zakia is a first responder, we will donate a deluxe travel kit to Zakia in Erica's name. Okay, so tomorrow is the last day for that, and we want to show love to all of our first responders as much as we can. But thank you for everyone who has already purchased and all the donations that we're going to be able to make because of you. All right, so have a great weekend. This is Memorial Day weekend, y'all. I hope y'all enjoy it. Get outside, barbecue. Make sure you socially distance. Make sure you got that mask on. We don't want any issues, but I hope that you actually enjoy your weekend because it's starting to get warm outside. We're finally able to enjoy it. All right. I love you all. Have a great evening. Hey, Adina. Thank you. I love you so much. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.